Is this banter time?
We're bantering.
Whoa.
We're going to banter it up.
I feel like Jack hasn't been in an episode in a while.
Yeah.
No, it's been
we be
a
doing
few
this
weeks.
time.
I know.
Been a few weeks.
It's been a few weeks.
Yeah.
I've been traveling the world. I was in Guam for a little bit. I spent some time in. I was just east of. Well, so it
The
would have
North
been,
Harbor.
It would have been east of Italy.
No, because
I was touring wine country.
No, but you were in Italy. That would have been 97. You went down to Italy.
No, but it was 96 because it was after the barn was
No,
built.
Did you watch Johnny Carson while at it?
Because
We're watching Johnny, guys.
Dad built the
Wow,
barn
and
in
then,
96.
You know, we had 3 channels back
And that
then.
was back when we still had street cattle.
We had 3
Before we got the
We
4.
had to adjust the antenna.
and there was Millie
if
the
you
cow.
moved
We'd go out
it
and we'd
just
milk
a little
Millie with our
bit,
bare
we'd
fists.
Millie
Millie
would
would
throw
really
all
kill
the
us.
things
She
on
was
there.
stone
Dad
bone
would just have a
dry.
fit then.
And then
Dad
we
would
got
just-
her cut up by
Dad
the
would-
butcher. She
Dad would
tasted great.
he'd just start
It was
hitting
just
us.
And I just remember,
We had
it
her
was
for 20 plus
just
years.
such a moment when we'd gather under the tree.
So we're here at Daylight Boomin, ladies
So
and gentlemen.
roll the intro.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, Siege has been rolling the intro at like 2 seconds in lately because
Actually, well, that's because like maybe 3 episodes ago,
It was banter for like 20
it was 20
It was.
minutes. The episode was 40 minutes long. 20 minutes
of
in, we
bantering.
finally rolled the
Yeah.
intro. Yeah, yeah.
might as well call it an
guess-
outro at that point.
So yeah.
Wait,
I'm
one
just-
more little piece of banter. Guess
Yeah,
what
sure.
thing I had to watch on repeat recently?
What's that?
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill.
Science.
What is the
rules.
reason?
Bill. Science for work.
I love science. Bill
I know.
Nye.
Bill Nye was so
You
fun.
love science,
But-
Bill Nye.
But I love science. I love Bill Nye the Science Guy.
I've been nice.
Why were you watching it on repeat?
Well, I'm actually using it for a youth group message,
Oh.
and I'm using the intro as a bit.
What's the bit? Wait, pretend like we're your youth.
Yeah.
All right, you want to hear the joke?
Young kids,
Yeah.
youngins.
So
And then we'll roll it.
I'm opening up. You always should open up a message with something that is kind of, you don't just usually dive into the deep end. You usually kind of go in on the shallow end. You walk
Usually
in.
something kind of secular, you know?
Yep, usually something something that kind of ropes everyone in. So I'm talking about lions and cats. And so I'm starting with a really funny bit about lions and cats and then talk about that for a good while. And then I say, you're probably wondering why the heck we're talking about this. Well, we're actually not going to get to anything tonight. We ran out of content for the rest of the year, so we're just going to show you guys a Bill Nye video. And then it's gonna
That sounds so bad for your job.
yeah, and then it's gonna cut to Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Guy.
Bill, and it's gonna run for a long time, like almost the full intro. Science rules. And I'm like, wait, never mind. We're not watching Bill Nye. We actually got stuff to talk about.
It's
So-
a juke 'em. You're juking 'em.
Yeah, a
it's
little
it's a
juke.
fun gag.
Did
a
you
fun
run
gag.
this by the uppers?
Not yet. I have a
Higher
message
ups?
review on Thursday.
Oh, they have to review it.
Yep. So by the time this podcast comes out,
I guess
So
we'll
when
find
you
out.
when you go in for your message review, I'm imagining it's like a cold, dark room and like the
It's like
people
in Severance.
suits watching.
A
Yeah.
board of execs.
What is it? What is it actually like?
and you can't see anyone's faces. You just see the suits and their hands folded on the table.
and there's a light just on the hand.
Yeah,
Just
just
like
on
a
the hand.
cigarette.
And there's like a question mark on the guy's face.
Yeah, somehow.
Like
anytime you
Dr.
say something,
Strangelove,
they-
super low light.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's only on.
Oh my
And all
God.
their voices
Yeah.
are like distorted, so you can't tell who they are. Like in those anonymous interviews.
anytime you say something, you just hear a sigh followed by like the writing of a pen.
The light breaks and it reveals one of the people is like the dentist that helped fund Slick Trigger. Just got it.
Oh, it's
Just had to get it out of the way.
Had to get it out of the way.
I didn't want
See,
any
that
of
was
you
the
guys to
randomest
do
way
it.
to get it out of the
I
way.
wanted it.
The dentist
dentist,
is
with the
That's
mask.
a deep cut. That's
That
a
was
deep
good,
cut. Not many
CJ.
people know that a dentist helped fund that film.
That was
Not many people
such
know
a
that
deep
film.
Deep cut.
Really? On Slick Trigger?
Oh wait, so Jack, I actually do want to know what's like. Do you get kind of nervous? Because like you usually get out there with messages, you know. Do you get nervous walking in that room and pitching it?
I do not, unless it's a crazy
It's not
message.
Saturday Night Live. Like
I do. I will
It's
actually.
churches is even higher stakes.
It is really high
I will
stakes.
actually. So like, I gave a message that was one way one time, and then I wanted to try it again. And so how I wrote this message was completely different from any normal style of writing that is done at youth group or even personally that I have done. And instead of like saying, "What's up, guys? Welcome to another week," like tonight, like in opening that way, I saw this pastor give a message one time, and it was the most gripping. I think it was the most gripping message, Christian or non-Christian, I've ever heard in my life, because he started out his story. He's like, this is how he starts off his whole message. He goes like,
let's roll the intro.
wait, oh, we're still banter.
We already did.
Welcome. Okay, continue.
Wait,
Roll the
was that intro
twice.
within an
We
intro?
forgot. I was like, roll the intro, but we were still bantering, and then we forgot to actually roll this. So
And do the
they just
welcome.
did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I wanted to get the intro out of the way. You can.
That was kind of
continue.
fun.
Hopefully they kept
keeps them
their-
guessing.
Hopefully they remember what we're talking about.
Right.
For
Clickbait,
them,
guys.
It's now 20, 30 seconds ago for us.
You know who else remembers what we're talking
Right.
about? The dentist that helped fund Sick
That's
Trigger.
right.
Slick,
the
slick
dentist.
trigger, guys.
And we were talking about the suits with the hands on the,
The suits
table.
with the hands.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Back
I
to
wanted
the-
to get the intro in.
We were talking about, is vertical content even good?
And we were talking about how there's Subway Surfers right below me.
Whoa,
Oh no!
whoa,
it's
By the way,
Family Guy.
have you got like you see that like TikTok like suppressed that video?
Yes.
What?
I'm gonna need to remake it
Yeah.
and repost it.
I wonder.
because
I'm
something
guessing
about
it was
it.
copyright content.
It's gotta be. I
because
gotta-
it's like
I gotta
videos,
try it again.
Yeah, videos with like the 400 to 1,000 view range, and that one's at like 2.
Yeah.
Two, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
No views.
All right,
Literally
Jack.
no
back
views.
to the thing you were
Right,
talking
Yeah,
about.
so
Yeah.
so it was the most it
Yeah.
was the most gripping Christian
Oh,
or
yes.
non-Christian
Yes.
message.
Yeah, one of the most gripping messages I heard in my whole entire life. So,
Not lie.
I wish I could talk faster sometimes. I
Right.
wish I could just like get
Like
all my
Vin-
words. out. Yeah.
Try doing this Vince Vaughn style.
And so then I was sitting there and I was watching this message. I was like, bing, bang, boom. And then before you even know it, bam, he hits you with the message. So, anyways, he
that
starts
good?
off his messages, like almost every single one of his messages, he starts by not even introducing anything. He'll just say, the sun shines bright on the cobblestone path. He keeps his head down. He can feel the sweat beating on his eyebrows. The city's bustling today. He's trying not to make eye contact with anyone. The sound of animals and bustling humans is
He's
all he can
telling
hear.
us
Is he like
story.
narrating?
That's how he starts it out. And I'm like, when the first time I heard this, I was like, did I miss something? Like, what's happening? And then before you know it, you realize that particular message, he was talking about the Last Supper. And he's like really like painting this whole picture of it, like makes it super realistic. And I was like, this is one of the coolest messages I've ever heard. So when I was going to try to do that, I was like watching his sermons online, and like they'd be like 50 minutes long. I'd click play, and before I knew it, it'd be 28 minutes in. I was just like, he's that gripping. Like telling a story like that is so, like you just are locked in.
That does seem fun.
I love people who
Yeah.
can tell stories like that. They
Yeah.
just
Well,
freaking
and
pull
people
you in.
that
I know.
take the norm in any area and then like add flavor to it, or they divert, innovate.
Yes. Some spice.
Mhm.
Because you know how many sermons I've heard by the end of it. Let's be
Snooze
real. I
fest.
really didn't hear it because
Yeah.
I fell asleep.
Yeah.
You're counting the ceiling tiles.
Exactly.
Count ceiling tiles.
You're looking at the lights and you're like, I wonder who would die if that
Yeah.
fell.
You're like, if I was randomly stuck on the ceiling, how would I get down?
Yeah.
That's how I
Or if
used
I
to
was
do.
Batman, how would I sneak around?
Yeah.
The gargoyles.
Like literally, I'm so bored
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
And do the Batman pose while at it.
Yep.
Thunder strikes.
Man, do the Batman pose for us right now.
While doing a Vince Vaughn impression.
Oh, do it.
Just talk fast. That's all I got too from it. It's okay. That's
Yeah,
all
Siege, I
got.
want to see your Vince Vaughn.
No, I don't know. Really, I don't.
You know,
have
you're
a Vince
slinging
Vaughn.
all these
No, I don't have a
challenges.
Vince
Why don't you do
Vaughn.
a Vaughn?
You do a Vince Vaughn?
Do a
Yeah,
Vaughn.
yeah, yeah.
Fun.
Hit him with the Vaughn.
And so you invite me to the podcast. Now you're talking, I'm talking. We're going back and forth. We're doing some banter. We're doing some banter. He rolls the intro. Now we're into it. This is getting good. This is getting crazy. This is getting heated up. Min Lou's over there. He's got a chuckle. I know. He kind of wants to express it, but he's laughing. He knows deep down he's laughing. Over here, you're still going. You're still talking about what your interview. That wasn't bad, though, huh?
That sounds like a record.
Actually,
Alright,
you
you go
went for
for
a
it.
surprisingly long time knowing
go.
Jack was
There's
doing
a
Jack, go
certain
for it.
point where you kind of
Mumble.
like run out of gas.
Okay, let's see.
Especially when you're trying to talk
Go
that
full
fast.
pedal as fast as you can. Vince
Full
Vaughn.
pedal as
Wait,
as much
no,
Vaughn
Jack,
as I
try
can
this.
give.
Add a Justin Warner impression with Vince Vaughn impression. All together.
How do you merge those two?
Okay, you be Justin Warner. I'll be Vince Vaughn.
No,
I'm not good- I don't do a
two
good Justin
people
Warner.
and this in this.
Well,
two,
you want?
two impressions in this same.
In one. He
wants a one. bad
Oh, you want a Vaughn mixed
so
with
let's
a Warner.
let's
Justin-
create a scenario for them. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're
No,
a good Vince
he's
Vaughn.
Vaughn and Warner.
Warner.
So you're saying I'm
How can he?
It's like
Yeah,
when we do
you
the
can
mix,
do that.
you know?
You can do that.
okay? I'll try. It's a food that you can enjoy, and it's one of those things where I'm cooking over here in the corner, and it's a hybrid between bread and a beautiful marriage between the peanut butter and the jelly. And what a peanut butter jelly sandwich is really, it's a beautiful thing, really. I mean, we can all agree. I mean, you can agree with me on that.
Okay, now skew Justin.
And what you have is you have this piece of bread. Did you say root? Root beer? Say that again. Root beer.
Like that's gonna do anything. There's no physical knowledge.
Going back to Vaughn.
You have to tell him.
Okay,
Otherwise,
fine. This side of my body is Justin. This side.
Okay, I want to see this.
Okay, ready? Okay. What you have to look at when you're in the kitchen is sometimes there will be that's what we call an expectant pose. You're kind of looking at people in the restaurant and you're wondering if maybe, this guy's looking over here and he's chopping it up with the waiter, right? He's looking at the waiter and thinking maybe he could be, maybe he gets a seat. Maybe this guy over here, he's slinging him a $20 bill. This is a $20. We've all snuck a $20 bill into the waiter's hand before, right? I mean, you've done it before. I know I've done it before. I've done it before. That's how I get my seat at the table.
So how are your guys' weeks?
It's been a great week.
Yeah?
I've talked too much in this podcast. I'm done talking for 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Just in the first 10 minutes, you've done enough talking for honestly everybody.
I've probably done about 8 of the 10 minutes.
I wonder if that's what like Vince Vaughn feels like in any role.
Yeah.
Just he's done enough.
He talks too much.
At least 3 times.
And then now we're laying down. We see the blender.
Because he's talking so much per minute faster than any other actor.
He can cut in like a conversation. Oh wait, sorry.
Vince Vaughn is such a beast, though.
Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah. You guys gotta watch Swingers.
Imitation is flattery. We're not doing this because we're making fun of him.
No, we love him. Vince Vaughn, we know you watch. We're a big fan.
We know you watch. We know you do. We know you'll catch a clip.
We know you'll catch a clip.
Vince, if you want to be on the Boomin show, we'll see if we can slide you in.
Well, we got a tight schedule, but I'm sure your people talk to our people.
Yep. We'll do what we can for you.
We'll do what we can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm excited for?
What
we're doing after this.
Oh. Little schemey.
Scheme. Maybe there's a feature length coming. I don't know.
A what?
Wait, is that news that we didn't?
Man, I don't know if we've talked about a feature-length film.
We doing a feature.
Here, I'm here to announce we're making a Slick Trigger remake.
No!
2 times
Recreating it
With
shot
a
for
Nifty
shot.
Nat cameo.
That's rage. The disrespect.
Oh my goodness.
So, Siege, when you hear that word, what does it bring you back to? Like, where were you at mentally in your life during that time?
It has been a couple episodes.
Jack, it's been a while since you've been on the cast.
I
was getting used to us not bringing it up. Actually, that's not 100% true because the last episode was like the only time it wasn't really brought up. Because the episodes we shot before that, it was brought up.
Really?
Yes, it was.
With Reed, did we bring up the
we did.
Yes, it was. And it was in the episode that was posted too, not the episode that was scrapped.
That one's
Fun fact.
crazy.
Oh
Fun
yeah, I
fact,
heard that there was a canned
original-
episode.
Yeah, the original episode 20 was scrapped because one, we had a technical issue with the camera. I forgot to format a card, so we ran out of space on one of the cameras towards the end of the episode. But 2, on top of that, it was the fact that we got into a really weird discussion about a
Thanks, Eddie.
off-color topic
Thanks, Eddie.
that Eddie blamed on Min. And we made a whole thing, and it was like
I really want to hear this
honestly,
episode. I want to hear
thought
it.
it was funny.
Well, it was a
but
running bit.
It wasn't. It didn't fit the show.
I want to hear it so bad.
No, let's.
All right, let's just
No,
recreate
we're
that
not-
moment
no,
right
no,
now.
No, we'll talk about it. No, we'll talk about it after. We'll tell you after.
Okay.
I think
Maybe-
the audience wants to know, though. I'd be
No,
on the,
no.
I'd be on the edge of my seat if I was listening.
How about this? We'll tell them in 50 episodes, so they have to keep watching.
No,
for 50 more.
subscribe to our Patreon. We don't
when
have a
we
Patreon.
get a Patreon, I have been thinking about like if well, we don't have nearly enough nobody listens to this podcast. Let's be honest. Very
Okay, but
we get
wait.
no streams on YouTube. We do get views on
TikTok.
No, We get views
TikTok
on
and YouTube
YouTube,
Shorts.
no streams on Spotify
Yeah.
is what I meant.
I think
But,
TikTok. TikTok's gonna be our warhorse, though. That's how you get any podcast out nowadays,
True.
because it gives every video a chance.
Yep, everybody a chance.
True. That's what we're doing.
Same thing with Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not
But-
really.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So we're having such a great time.
Are you Vince Vaughning right now?
I'm here. I'm editing the podcast. I'm shooting the podcast. We're trying to get this shot and filmed before we have a little meeting that we're gonna talk about in a second. This show is, by the way, made with Bada Boom Studios and Titan Media. Don't bleep that because
Bleep,
I didn't say the
bleep,
full word.
bleep,
Don't bleep it because I didn't say
bleep.
the.
Marker for Siege.
I should probably bleep that.
You should.
I think you got like just the edge of the C.
Well, I could get the and then bleep it, even though I didn't really say the whole word, and people are.
All right, they're gonna think
Yeah.
you did.
Right.
But if you don't have the bleep, then it automatically becomes off-colored.
You're right.
Maybe we should can this episode too.
Oh, all right,
I
let's
ruined
restart.
everything.
All right, here, I'll hit the
All right,
reset
let's-
button. I just ruined everything.
Just ruined everything. No, I also was talking to someone a couple days ago about they were seeing our TikToks for the podcast, and
Oh.
they mentioned how mean our comments are. Like they were like, I didn't even bring it up first. They were like, man, your guys' comments are mean. Like nobody's nice.
We're
to
getting
you
the views
guys."
at least.
Nice.
Ha!
Everybody
Has there
says
been
the
mean
same
ones lately?
thing.
No, not
Yes.
really. No,
No,
really?
yes.
Have
Yes.
we?
Someone said, petition to make podcast equipment more expensive. This is just the same iteration
Yeah,
of,
it's always
oh,
that.
another podcast, another group of guys with podcasts. There are too many podcasts. Shut up.
There's literally
I'm
a lot
so
of podcasts.
tired of this take. You're not cool.
See, I
It's
can-
not funny. It's not relatable.
I can tell you got some thick skin about it, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Siege, you crack me up so much.
This-
'cause
About the
I
hate
love
comments.
The
Shoot them my way. I don't care. It's not going
I
to
love-
stop me from making the episodes. It's not a new podcast if we've made 20 episodes. We're 20 weeks into it.
We're 20 weeks
Shut
in.
up.
Jack,
we
tell 'em we're
have
20
a
we'ks
TV
in.
20
show.
weeks in.
This isn't
I mean,
just
tell 'em we're
like
20
a
weeks in.
podcast.
We're 20 weeks
We
in.
got a feature film.
Yeah.
You hear
With
it's
the
called
dentist from
Daylight
Slick
Boomin.
Trigger.
You hear it's called Daylight Boomin. You cut to that camera. You see the
Right
Daylight
here.
Boomin logo. You see
Hey,
a
now you're
logo
looking, now you're
above
watching,
it.
now you're scrolling,
You
now you're kinda
might
interested.
go,
And
and
"What's
now a
Late
piece
Night
of
Boomin'?"
bread was a marriage between a peanut butter. Siege, I love
It's
the
just-
I love
I-
the C-joke / commenter beef. The
The
C-joke / commenter beef goes hard.
They don't have to stop. I don't
Remember when the
care.
It's
guy
so
in
funny.
blue was trying to be funny?
that
Which
Kiera too.
Yeah, Kira. She
Kiera ought to
roasted me.
eat it.
That was
But
mean.
Some,
That
like
was mean.
some of the TikTok videos we did, what was it? We're talking about what is it? Talking to people without their phones, like having a really decent conversation. That video did
The
really well.
conversa-
Why
one-
do you think these videos are performing poorly for us and we're getting negative reactions?
That's
Is the content not good? Are we
What
not
is it
making
saying,
good
Jack?
enough podcast content?
these videos are performing poorly for us?
Did you see my response to
I
it? By
was
the
just
way?
No.
looking at comments.
No.
So I responded to that.
Wait, did you just ask a question on this podcast? Why views of this podcast?
Yeah, why? Yeah, why?
We have a podcast. And we're acting the content of the podcast. is talking about the poor performance of the podcast.
Why are we getting a poor performance in the wrong podcast?
I wonder why.
Like every episode is just like us talking about our lack of success. That's the content. Okay, I will say this. This has got to be the most self-aware podcast out there. I mean,
In the world,
we
it's
pull
gotta
zero
be.
punches with anything.
Jack, how do you feel?
That's funny.
It's got to be fully because I've been re-listening to our old podcast. Our
Small
old
Talk?
Oh, yeah.
Small Talk
That one was a
YouTube.
banger.
That was a banger podcast, and we were meta even in that podcast. So the fact that now we were
what in that
I was laughing
podcast?
so hard if you couldn't tell. It was only inevitable that if we moved from audio to video for our podcast, it was
Biggest
only gonna get
improvement.
crazier.
Yeah.
This is true.
Only gonna get crazier.
Yeah. I remember that old podcast. That was a very good podcast, too.
There's some good conversation. But I remember like when there's you and Ron for a while when Jack took his sabbatical.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was 11 weeks where it was
Yeah.
like
11?
me and Ron,
And, like,
maybe
I'd-
Ed would join sometimes.
I'd hop it every now and then. But like I click one and just sees Ron, you scroll through and it's just Ron talking about the most boring thing.
And
Like
I'm
what?
just like always trying. I always entertain him.
Oh, yeah. You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's our golden
what you
goat.
do
So
it
we had a forklift.
with,
and,
with the Halo.
Oh, yeah.
with
He's
the,
talking about like how he'd wrap the pallets at work and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, man, that's so interesting. This is a YouTube podcast, like a YouTube-centered podcast. And he's like, yeah, man, it's real hard down at the warehouse. You know?
you have to wrap them, and then sometimes what my boss will do is he'll make me use a forklift. He makes me use the forklift. I can't use a forklift.
Okay. Okay, Ron.
and so it just gets
Go
a
on.
monster and all.
Tell Ron we love you. We know you ain't even watching, but
No,
for real.
there's no way.
Ron,
he
you know you
is.
excommunicated yourself from us.
Just from that episodes he did for Small Talk YouTube.
Anytime we bring up the possibility of Ron coming back behind the scenes for Boo, and
You never
you guys are still doing that.
Yeah. What is this kid doing?
Ron, you're a cynic and a
He's
fiend.
a cynic and a fiend.
In the cynical world.
Ron, frick you. We love you, but frick
He's
you.
a fickle mistress.
He
He is
really
a
is a
fickle
fickle
mistress.
mistress.
Ficklest of mistresses.
He's the ficklest of mistresses.
Man, have you fickled any mistresses lately?
Triggers
No,
or trespass?
what does that even mean?
Trespass against us.
What does it mean to fickle someone?
If you kind of
Make it
like give him a fickle.
Yeah.
Explain it.
If you- Yeah.
It's like a
defining
little
terms.
nibble on the ear.
Would you fix the friggin' logo thing? I'd appreciate. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Boom.
Nice.
He
Boomin.
just fickled it.
He just-
That was
oh,
a fickle.
that's fickling.
That was a fickle. Can you
That's
fickle
how
that
you
one real
fickle.
quick, or does that need to be fickled?
That one's. I think
That
one's
looks.
fickle.
That looks fickled.
Okay.
Looks pretty.
Okay.
Fickled.
It's post fickled
I think it's post fickled.
at this point. Sure.
It's been fickled.
Sure.
Sure.
It's been
Sure.
fickled.
Should we
what do you
do
guys
some,
think are
oh.
what do you guys think are movies that insist upon themselves?
We're not doing this. No, we're not doing this. You want to know a movie that insists upon itself?
What?
Madam Web.
That movie sucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
That movie
I've never
really
seen
That
sucked.
movie
Madam Web.
insists upon itself.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it in theaters.
Tried.
Is it good or does
It
it,
was
suck?
bad. It's bad.
Man, why would you go to that in theaters?
Because it was a $1 movie night at DSU.
Well, that's why
No.
it was $1.
so it was like was it like a so bad as good thing or just bad?
it was
cash?
bad, but it was super funny at the
How
same
much did
time.
you spend on popcorn?
I didn't spend anything on popcorn. I just watched
how
the
much
movie.
you
Here's
spend on
a
sodas?
question
Popcorn
for you.
free?
You get any
No.
sodas, man? Your popcorn?
Popcorn.
I
You get
don't
some
buy
sodas?
popcorn sodas.
You
Man,
don't
to get some
like
candy? Popcorn.
I like them.
Why
I
are you
just
spending
like,
money on popcorn?
Did you get some chocolates?
He likes movies, doesn't even like popcorn.
Yeah,
like
how
popcorn?
can you like more than I like popcorn?
I don't like
I
popcorn.
Here's a
do-
question. Wait, Cjo, were you about to ask a question?
I was kind of wanting us to go into something else, but I'll let you.
we could talk
Okay,
about Madam
well,
Web.
my
we were
question-
gonna. I
We're
wanted
just
to do, like,
floating surface
characters,
level right
bits.
now.
All right, what's the
Oh,
question,
that
would be
Jack?
that-
Funny.
But let's. Ask
Mine
me
will
a
be
question.
quick. How about you can
Sure.
only say 2 sentences to answer this, because
Okay.
to
That's
keep it
gonna
short.
suck.
Okay.
My question is, if you could bring back one piece of technology that is no longer around, what would it be, and why?
I would bring back the Rosetta Stone.
Isn't that where you like learn other languages and stuff?
Therefore, I could learn another language.
That's good.
How about you, man?
A 4K camera.
It has to be a full sentence, and you're only allowed 2.
Yep.
Shoot.
Popcorn.
Oh, you messed it up.
Wait, so meant a 4K camera?
Yep, I'll bring back a 4K camera,
We have.
a full frame sensor.
I thought. Wait, bring back a technology from the past that's not
Oh, from the
existing
past.
now.
Yep.
Right.
Talking about.
Yep.
Oh, from the past.
You know what
So-
I would bring back? the IMAX camera that broke on production of The Dark Knight.
I'd bring back the camcorder that broke on production of Romeo and Juliet on the Cheese Puffs.
I don't think that's when it broke.
When did it
It
break?
broke in Spider 4-1.
No, it was
Yeah, it
Romeo and
did.
Juliet. Emma in the garage.
Nope.
And because the table broke that
Yeah.
day.
Because that was in Spider
Stromboli's
4-1.
kitchen. I don't know.
Yeah, it did happen in Stromboli's kitchen.
Burgers and Nando's.
Nothing broke in Stromboli's kitchen except for my ego.
You know, I thought that there was more potential in this question than there was.
Yeah.
But there
that
wasn't.
question
We're limiting it
sucks.
to 2 sentences.
You know, I sometimes I jump before I know where
We
I'm
want me
going
to say a wax candle, the telegram.
All right, so I've got some bits and some characters.
That was a good segue, CJ.
I'm gonna
Thank you.
give
No,
you guys them.
is
Okay,
this
again?
Yes.
it's gonna be. I'm gonna
Oh,
make
it's
it for
them
them.
too.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
perfect.
make it for them.
You guys are perfect
Okay,
for this.
so Eddie and Jack, you
Yes.
guys are at a deli.
Okay.
Eddie, you're working at the deli.
When have you ever called it a deli?
What's a deli? Like where you just get meat?
Yeah,
we get like
okay.
sandwiches
Like a
and
sandwich.
stuff.
Are we gonna
Like, you know,
do-
Subway.
like a
that's
sub-
a deli.
like Jimmy John's or
Okay,
Subway.
so we're at
That's
the
deli.
that's a deli?
Yeah.
That's what a deli
think so.
is. Yes.
It's down at the deli.
Down at the deli.
You're not from New York. Why are you calling it a deli?
Okay, I'm not from New York.
I'm at
You don't
Subway.
know what a deli is? They have delis in Hy-Vee.
Oh yeah, the deli market.
Yes, a deli.
Okay, we're at the deli.
Who calls it deli meat, by the
Wait,
way?
do you ever say I went to the deli?
Never.
No. I've never said it once in my life.
Never. Okay, so you guys are at the deli.
We're at the deli.
Yeah.
Eddie, you're working behind the counter.
All right.
Okay, and Jack is trying to order a sandwich,
Okay.
and the music in the back is just too loud, so you just barely can't hear Jack. And
So
you have to
Pacific.
keep- You have to keep asking him to repeat himself.
Hey,
What?
welcome to the deli.
Hey, I'll take an order of corn. I need an order of corned
Uh-huh.
beef. I need corned
What?
beef.
Huh?
You said you're
Uh-huh.
horny.
Can you turn the tunes down?
You said turn it up.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Well, you want me to turn it up? I can
No,
barely.
I need you to
can
turn it down. I need
can
to order
hardly
corned
hear yous
beef.
now. If you want me to turn it up,
I need to order corned
I mean,
beef.
customers always right, so I'll keep it turned up. But I'd like
I
to
need
turn
you
it
to turn
down.
it down. I'm gonna crawl over there. I'm gonna start a fire here.
Okay,
I'm gonna crawl over.
What do you want? We're at the deli. I've been mixing.
I'm pointing to the thing.
I've been cleaning this counter for 5 minutes
It
now.
should be
I'm getting
clean.
blisters.
It should be. I'm pointing at it.
no
I need
one
the
eats
corned
here at the
beef.
deli. I'll be honest. We're in severe debt.
I need the corned beef.
The
It
health-
looks
the
like there's a
health
little bit of mold on it,
inspector
but it
came
don't
by
matter.
and
I'm
he
kind
said
of in a
this place
pinch
is in
for my
shambles.
for my 8-year-old's bar
You're
mitzvah.
gonna want to stay away
It's
from
the
the
corned
8-year-old's
beef.
bar mitzvah. You're gonna want to stay away from the corned
He's a
beef.
good
We don't know
little
where
schmeckle.
we get it from.
He's a good little
we have a
l'chaim.
dwarf man.
He's a good l'chaim.
Listen, I'm gonna go take a schwitz in the bathroom.
That's really good.
A Schwitz.
Okay, now
Very good.
Now
very
we do
good.
one for you two.
Yeah.
Sure,
Okay, I
come
pick
on.
Min,
Oh,
you pick
shoot, that's
Siege, and
gonna
we'll decide
suck.
on the setting together.
Okay.
All right, Min, you're an overweight Russian
knew it.
lady.
Overweight Russian lady. Remember?
Oh man.
Yep. And Siege, you are an elder clown, like an old clown, but who's like, who's been through a lot of whimsy in his life.
And you're on a lot of lithium and Prozac.
What does that even mean?
and
Lithium. Lithium, like the battery.
not like the pill.
Battery. I'm so
I'm on batteries, guys.
You're an elderly clown, but still with a spark.
Okay.
It's like John Wayne Gacy.
And you are.
How about you guys
Wait,
are?
what's the interaction between us?
yeah,
What's going
yeah.
on?
You guys are.
Maybe they should be.
They're waiting in line at the water park.
That sucked.
Yeah, to
and
go
you're
off
fully suited.
Why?
to go on a big slide.
Okay.
Like a really tall, scary
Yeah.
slide.
Okay.
But the lifeguard's
I'll-
giving you
I'll
guys.
be in front. I'll
The
be in
lifeguard's giving you guys guff, so you have to wait for a while.
Yeah.
front. Who's the lifeguard?
No one's a lifeguard.
Well, how
it's just a.
are-
Kanan Kuzma gets the lifeguard.
Yep.
Oh, I'm so sad.
Excuse
I
me?
have to sit
Excuse
here
me?
and wait.
Excuse me.
What's
Are
going
you
on?
waiting for the?
I'm waiting for the
Are you waiting
slide.
for the diving
Do
board?
you want to see a trick?
Are you seeing Nora? You see
wanna see another
Nora?
trick?
You see Sean Baker? Sean Baker? Shuka.
Would you stop touching me? I'm wet.
Excuse me. I need to go to in line.
Would you shut up,
Are you in
please?
line?
You're
Excuse
pretty
me.
fat, Russian
Are you in
lady.
line? Are you in line? I went swim 2 laps.
Hey, is that just me, or is this crazy
Excuse me.
wrestler really
Have you seen my
freaking
son?
crazy?
His name's Roberts. He's Robert Straight Aid.
I don't know you, lady. I don't.
I think you know me.
Am I becoming
Are you playing a
Russian? What
character?
are you my mother?
Oh, I have a
What is
Russian
going
accent.
on?
Oh, shit, buddy.
Did you touch me and turn me Russian? What is going on?
Yeah, he doesn't- all right, there wasn't much for you guys to go off.
No,
It's
you
not
guys
good.
gave us nothing.
Nothing.
You gave me nothing. I
can't improv,
with
guys,
it, and I
come
made
on.
it gold.
That was gold. He turned it to gold. You gave him nothing.
He made diamonds out of
Gold
dirt.
pile of poop. That's
That
what it
was very good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Min just kept going, excuse me. And she was like,
Yeah, what was your goal, man?
I have
What
no
were you
idea.
excusing
Okay,
him for?
Jack, I have a character for you and
Oh,
you
I'm
alone.
doing
Okay.
This is for you just to perform to the camera.
okay, and
Okay.
a one-act play.
One act play.
Okay.
You are a 70-year-old stand-up comedian
Okay.
who hasn't done any like shows in many years, but you're
But trying a lot.
but you're trying.
Okay.
And you can't walk around anywhere in your house because you're hoarding stuff because you think it would be good props in a sketch.
It's like American Pickers.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And you're just trying to make yourself something
Okay.
around all of your props that you plan to use someday.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
Make
Am-
a sandwich.
am-
Make a PB&J.
At my house.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I could use some of the bread, and you know.
Get back in character, Jack.
I guess I could use some of the bread. Oh look, I got a knife over here, and I did keep this record player from a couple of years ago. I don't know where to go.
I could spin some sillies on it.
You're telling me
You
to
never
spin
know.
some sillies.
You never know when you need to spin some sillies
He's
on
hitting
it.
a wall.
So let me go to my fridge. Let me take this little race car that I had, that I got. That I want to keep around if I ever need to use it. Let me hop into it.
All right, how about this now? You're a 70-year-old who used to be in the comedy scene. Now you're back in the comedy scene, and you're starting to kind of realize that offensive humor is out. And you're giving us a stand-up set.
Okay. Hey everyone. You know, I see a lot of people in the crowd that never used to be allowed in here. Oh, that one didn't land with a lot of yous.
What am I even supposed to joke about nowadays?
I guess you can't talk about anything anymore. I guess you're not supposed to joke about race.
That's crazy.
Who am I supposed to blame when I drop a quarter?
That might be a good landing spot for this episode.
Yeah.
Good ending.
That's a
Might be
very
good ending
graceful
for this
landing, I think.
one. We're just
crash
at
and
about
burn.
30 minutes, so thank you guys for watching this crazy
Okay,
episode. This is
if we're gonna
fun.
be super reflective of our old content, this was a banger episode.
This
I
was
feel.
a banger. I think
episode.
this was
I
a
like
good
this
episode.
episode.
This is
Who
a pretty
knows how
funny
crazy
one.
The next one will be.
Who knows?
Minlu, what'd you think?
Awesome.
Yes,
I think
man.
we're gonna make it a goal in the next episode to be even crazier. than this
Crazier.
Yes.
We're gonna spin some sillies. We'll be back.
Even more knowledge.
All right, we'll see you guys on next week. Don't forget to check us out on all the socials. You know them.
Beep,
You've
beep,
heard
beep,
them a million
beep.
times before.
You don't need to find me anywhere. It's cool.
Bye.
episode. Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.